Let's talk today about contrast and how important it is in the complex sale. I touched on this in an earlier video called You Must Know This to Succeed in Complex Sales. But let's go a bit deeper, shall we? The dictionary's definition of contrast is about being strikingly different. I like that phrasing. Your goal is to establish a massive gap between where your prospect is right now and where they could be. The other massive gap you want to widen is between your competitor's solution and your solution. So why is this so important? Because the prospect doing nothing, sticking to the status quo, is today and will always be your biggest competitor. The bureaucracy won't budge if they feel your solution is only a little bit better than what they're doing today. Too much risk, too much disruption for too little return. But if you can lay the foundation of differentiation, i.e. contrast, early on and continue to build it throughout the sales process, you'll be hard to ignore. When done right, it creates that critical momentum you need in the complex sale. Many buyers are visual, and one of my favorite ways to demonstrate contrast is by showing pictures. Before and after pictures work especially well. You've seen them thousands of times in ads on TV and magazines and on the web. Here are some examples. I remember this ad showing up in plenty of old comic books I had as a kid. A skinny guy with his girlfriend at the beach gets sand kicked in his face by a bigger bully. Days or weeks later, after using the Charles Atlas muscle building book, he returns to the beach, buffed out, and pops the bully. Now, it's not the only way to handle the situation, but hey, it was the 1960s. It seems that every laundry detergent ad ever written starts with badly stained clothes soon looking brand new after using the product. Or they'll show a competitor's product not getting stained completely out while their product does. Contrast again. Weight loss ads almost always show before and after shots, obese to slender, or with these two ads, they can show the contrast in one picture by having the now slender person standing inside their much larger old clothes. Again, strikingly different. Advertising agencies have been showing us before and after pictures for decades. Why do that? Because it still works. Pictures help us see the contrast, the differences, more quickly and easily. We see the transformation right before our eyes. Weak to strong, dirty to clean, fat to thin, all using pictures. And we should do the same thing in our selling. Here are some examples. Here are Yahoo and Google's home pages in the early 2010s. One looks cluttered and the other looks clean. Or you could infer complexity versus simplicity. You could do the same thing showing your competition screens versus yours, or show their 3 screens to complete a transaction versus your 1 screen. If your competitor's recommended solution is a bunch of interfaced apps and yours is much more integrated, look for funny pictures on the internet to show the contrast, like this homemade pontoon boat compared to the luxury pontoon boat. To talk about speed differences between systems, you could compare a tortoise with a hare, though maybe showing 2 kinds of boats would be better. Pictures stir emotions. Use photos to call attention to them. Here's a pair showing stress and relaxation. Finally, you can use a slide, a whiteboard, or a flip chart to summarize pain points, aggravation, dissatisfaction, and loss in their current state compared to all those things being better in the future with your solution. You can even make it more dramatic by Xing out the pain list in red and then circling the gain list in green. Again, contrast. So to summarize what we've covered, number 1, use pictures to establish contrast. Number 2, make the gap as large as you can. And number 3, continue to put a spotlight on your differences, which helps build momentum. If you like these videos, I think you'll really enjoy my free newsletter called The Competitive Strategist. It's a 3-minute read published once a week, and you can get your copy by going to labarbergroupuniversity.com and signing up. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and to subscribe. It sure helps me a lot. Thanks.